Good afternoon, and welcome to this wonderful concert, and for giving up a beautiful day outside for some beautiful music inside. I really do appreciate it. I'm sure the musicians do too. My name is John. I'm a member of the board of directors of the San Francisco Civic Music Association, and we put on these concerts here at Noe Valley Ministry, 6 or 7, well it's 7 this year and it'll be 7 next year as well, next season. It's part of our mission to bring music to the community. We got started, the organization got started actually going back to the 1930s when Mrs. Josephine Randall and who was the director of the recreation department, and Mrs. Sigmund Stern got together and said, we need a community orchestra in this town. And they put one together. It was part of the Recreation and Parks Department until about 20 years ago, when funding was withdrawn from that program, as was done for a lot. But the musicians got together and said, we want to keep going. Since then, we've grown from being the San Francisco Civic Symphony, performing in a hotel down on Union Square, to actually having 3 symphonic orchestras, and this program of chamber music. And we also put on a summer workshop, which happens every summer for musicians to play. And all of this is part of our dual mission, to bring music to the community and to provide a place for musicians to get together and learn and play and perform. It's one of those things that we're kind of unique in that we don't charge admission. We don't charge admission, we don't charge tuition or dues to the musicians to come and play in the orchestras, as a lot of community orchestras will. I joke that we're a bunch of old hippies, music should be free, but free doesn't mean it doesn't cost something. We do have expenses. We rent this wonderful venue. We rent places for the rehearsals. We rent the Herbst Theater, which is down at 401 Van Ness. It's the building right next to the Opera House, and it's a wonderful theater. We'll be using that for our last symphonic concert in a couple of weeks on the 23rd. Our Mozart to Mendelssohn Orchestra, one of the 3 symphonic orchestras, will be performing there. The showcase piece there will be Brahms' First Symphony. As I said, we have expenses, so I'm going to ask you, if you can, to please consider making a donation. We suggest $10 to $20 for a performance. There's information in the program about going online. There's a QR code on a poster and in the program for doing that. There's also one other event coming up that's not a concert, but you may well be interested in. We'll be having our annual gala. Actually, I think this is about the 8th year that we've done this, but it's the 2nd time that we'll be on what they call the Ohana floor of the Salesforce Tower. It's like 61 floors up, looking down on the Bank of America building. It's that far up. Beautiful view. It'll be on Friday evening, July 12th. There's information on our website, sfcivicmusic.org. We'll be having food, wine, there'll be a silent auction, an opportunity to meet musicians and meet other people that are interested in supporting our organization. I implore you to please check out that site, sfmusic.org, and there's a link for the gala. Meanwhile, we'll have about a 15 or 20-minute intermission, and then be back for a flute quartet and then a string ensemble. So again, thank you for coming.